On Monday this week, the administration of Mkomba University, in a memo, directed that starting Monday, November 1st, only staff and students who have a COVID-19 vaccination certificate will be allowed to access the university. Yesterday, the National Medical Stores also issued similar instructions to staff and visitors.
We have requested all our employees to present proof of vaccination with immediate effect, and all visitors coming to NMS premises starting on Monday the 18th.
The Ministry of Health is likely to follow suit.
Very soon, we haven't started it. If you're not vaccinated, you may have to revise whether you come to work or not.
However, Ministry of Health officials were quick to reiterate that vaccination is not mandatory for those accessing public spaces and workplaces.
Vaccination for COVID-19 is voluntary, and we encourage people to see the value of getting vaccinated.
The Employment Act 2006 is specific on discrimination in employment. Clause 6, subsection 3 states that discrimination includes any distinctions, exclusions, and preferences which have the effect of nullifying or comparing the treatment of a person in employment. If an employer makes vaccination a mandatory condition of employment, this could be discrimination. However, Douglas Opio, the Executive Director of Federation of Uganda Employers, says because of COVID-19's high transmission rate, employers could be right in demanding for mandatory vaccination.
And we have seen it, especially with the second wave, we have lost many people. So there is a lot of fear, not only in the population, but also with the employers. That's why they're beginning to talk about vaccine mandates.
However, the Occupational Safety and Health Act 2006 places emphasis on safe work environments.
The law under the Occupational Safety and Health Act requires employers to ensure that their workplaces are safe. So on the basis of safety, an employer might tell an employee, if you're not vaccinated, we are afraid you will pose a threat to your colleagues. And the responsibilities of the employees include following lawful instruction from the employer. And an employer asking you to get vaccinated is basically lawful instruction.
A range of considerations will likely be relevant to whether an employer should impose vaccination on employees. For instance, whether there is a heightened risk to people over 60 years in the workplace, the physical space of the workplace, and if social distancing is possible, whether alternative measures are in place, such as wearing masks or sanitizing, the rate of community transmission at the time, and the availability of the vaccine.
You have just talked about national medical stores. Their operation requires close interaction. You are not going to be dispensing or distributing medicines, keeping a very long distance. Institutions of learning, for instance, on Mkomba University, the level of interaction is so close that almost it's difficult for you to observe the SOPs.
Some countries are making COVID-19 vaccination mandatory, and these include Australia, Britain, Canada, France, Greece, Indonesia, Italy, Netherlands, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, Turkey, and the United States. GILLIAN NANTUME, NTV Weekend Edition.